Welcome to the podcast Selling Real Estate with Kelly Cook, where we will discuss the latest and most relevant business strategies to help you do one thing extremely well: sell more homes. We'll discuss everything from business planning to lead generation and conversion to past client customer service and everything in between. Join us for authentic conversations and nuts and bolts takeaways you can implement into your business today. And now, Selling Real Estate with Kelly Cook.
Welcome back to another episode of Selling Real Estate with Kelly Cook. We have your very favorite Arizona real estate agent with us. We got Kelly Cook in the building. How you doing today?
Man.
I added that one in. I thought about that before. I was like, all right, he's the favorite now. So.
Oh, great. I can't wait. We're going to bring some energy today on this short but sweet podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. We were starting off a series last time we talked, and we talked about building out your team. And the very first hire is not an agent. You're not jumping in with your sales team yet. It's your admin staff. And your second hire is your admin staff, something that I learned on our last meeting. But today we are going to get into kind of building up that sales team, and you're getting agents and making some money, hopefully. So let's talk a little bit about that, Kelly.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm as you know, I'm very passionate about this aspect too of the real estate industry, because I do believe that not everyone's cut out for it, but people who want to scale should be able to do that. And if you're going to do it, you might as well follow a game plan that has been proven to work, by the way, which a lot of people failed forward fast, or not fast, but they failed forward and realized these things don't work and these things do work. So here's the game plan that works. Take that and run with it, right? Don't go through the mistakes if you don't have to. So that being said, the next tier or level or module, if you will, after you make those two hires on the admin side, is to then build out the sales team, okay? And I think everyone skips this first step too, Elizabeth, and that is, drum roll.
I don't know what it is.
Hire someone as a showing agent. Okay, now a showing agent is different than a buyer's agent. All right. Now we run this model too in our team as well. So we're preaching what we're acting what we are doing what we preach here. But a showing agent. Okay, this is somebody who more than likely their demographic profile is as follows. Somebody who probably doesn't need necessarily to depend on this income to make sure all their bills are paid. Maybe they have a spouse that works, or anything else, right? Something else, additional income.
Kind of a little bit more fun side gig.
Yes, absolutely. And to that point, like you just said, probably someone, if you can find this person to start out part-time, even better. Okay. Now, what they do is they are showing their houses on your behalf. So you're still attending the buyer consultation, but if you can, you want them to attend the buyer consultation for a new buyer with you. Okay. It makes the handoff extremely easy. Okay. And so we can go into, another module, another section, another podcast episode about the showing assistant model by itself, because it can be pretty cool and it can be, kind of extensive. But the point is, you're leveraging your time with the showing assistant. And why do you do that module first, or that level first, before you do a full buyer's agent? Simply, it's more profitable. That's why. Okay. You find the right person who loves to see houses, who doesn't necessarily need all that income, but still enjoys making some side money, a fun gig, like you said. And it's a win-win situation. They have a great personality. They love working with people, and they're not necessarily going to work at 8 o'clock in the morning and leaving at 5 o'clock, whatever, right? They can basically be almost to some degree on call, right? So some days they can. And by the way, if there's certain days they don't want to work, they don't have to work those days. If they know that they're typically available on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, then when you convert your buyer leads to appointments, you set the appointments for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right? Because they'll be able to attend the buyer consultation when you meet face-to-face with your clients. So there's different ways to set this up, which I love to talk about, and we will do an extra podcast, and that's a great topic. But that's the first step. People would gloss right over that and go right to a full-time buyer's agent, which, again, not a bad idea, but not the best practice. The second hire then is that full-time buyer's agent, right? You find that person who wants to then help you take some of your leads, convert them, and work them to closings. Again, we feel the best practice for lead rotation, for lead generation, for lead follow-up, and lead conversion ultimately should be the agent. Okay, it should be the agent, because every agent has two jobs, right? You are a lead converter, client acquisition manager, number one, I should say, right? That's all kind of the same thing. And then you are a realtor second, right? Showing the house, writing the contract, negotiating, etc. So that is a good second step to make. So guys, I'm telling you, don't gloss over that first step of hiring a showing assistant. And then when you have the buyer's agent, you might hire a buyer agent or two, depends on how you can support them, right? With lead flow, et cetera, and training. But if you get the right person as a full-time buyer's agent, guess what? They will want the showing agent model too for themselves and their business. So it works really well.
So it's just kind of surprising because, you think when you are going to build a team, it's like, all right, here are all the people I need to hire. When no, it's really, you don't do it all at once. It's a slow build, until you get something fully built out on one level, like your admin staff. And then, going to the showings agent. All right, we've got that under control. Now let's go to buyers, and we might get a couple buyer agents before we go on to kind of building out the sales side of things. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah,
totally.
Absolutely. And at this mid-level tier that you're on, as you build your team, you should be taking the vast majority, if not all, of the listing appointments and listing leads. Again, because that's you're letting go of pieces at a time, like you said, Elizabeth, right? So the first piece is the admin side, make sure that's all built out and talked about last episode. Then the second piece is the showing for the buyers that you have while you're still doing the sellers. You're representing sellers on the listing side, right? And then you give some more help to that buyer side because you have overflow of leads coming in and inquiries. And all the while, you're still doing the listing side because that's the highest dollar per hour activity you could do. And it's most important, frankly. So you want to make sure you're doing those presentations because they're a little more challenging, a little more difficult, right? And then eventually, the last step of this sales team is you will hire somebody to help you on the listing side as well, so that you then hopefully can at some point start working just your sphere of influence and the people that know, like, and trust you already, before you completely potentially exit from sales, which is another level or two above this. Takes a while.
So one of those first listing agents that you would bring on, are they going more after cold leads, and is lead generation a big part of what they're there to do, so that you can start to focus more on your database? Like you said, is that kind of their top goal is to be out there working those cold leads, making those calls, all of that stuff?
That's right. They will be lead generating and lead converting, right? And building a database, right? Any agent that you bring on your team, you want to make sure they understand that the whole concept here, the whole goal, the whole end goal is to fill your funnel, right? Your database with as many people as you possibly can, so you can communicate with them as best and as possible, and effectively as you can, to then provide value to them, so that when they think real estate, they think of you, right? And then eventually you'll have repeat customers, and they'll enjoy your services and all the stuff that you provide, and then they will tell their friends, and that's how you grow your database, which is what we call the flywheel, right? It starts turning. Law of inertia kicks in at some point 3 to 5 to 6 years down the road, and now you have this flywheel turning where people are referring you, and you're getting the same predictable amount of business every year by just showing up and doing what you do, being yourself, running your team, and obviously communicating with your database.
Awesome. Well, there you go. So we talked about your first 2 hires are admin, and then you don't jump over to your buyer's agent. You don't do it yet. Your next step is a showing agent. That you've got to do it. Perfect. Well, we have got more to talk about on this topic, and I can't wait. So we'll have that next week for you. In the meantime, if you have any questions about this, any other topics, please comment down below. Reach out to us. Like, comment, subscribe. And Kelly, if anybody has this question specifically for you that they want the answers directly from you, where can they reach you?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Elizabeth. Please, guys, email me, call me, email at kelly@kellycookhomes.com, or certainly my cell phone at 480-227-2028. And please just absolutely just destroy that subscribe and like button, please.
We want you to mess up your keyboard, okay?
Yeah, just don't break your computer.
We'll see you next time.
Okay,
Bye.
see you guys.
Welcome to the podcast Selling Real Estate with Kelly Cook, where we will discuss the latest and most relevant business strategies to help you do one thing extremely well: sell more homes. We'll discuss everything from business planning to lead generation and conversion to past client customer service and everything in between. Join us for authentic conversations and nuts and bolts takeaways you can implement into your business today. And now, Selling Real Estate with Kelly Cook.